Every morning, do you come to work wondering which quality crisis will consume your day? Which batch might fail inspection? Which regulatory finding might land on your desk? I am Smita from Quanta Global. After more than 2 decades in consulting and industry, including my time at Big Four, I have seen firsthand how quality management challenges keep pharmaceutical leaders awake at night. Today, I am addressing the growing complexity of preventing quality defects in an era of tightening regulations and higher stakes. I will share a journey I have guided many clients through, transforming quality management from reactive firefighting to predictive excellence. You will hear about real challenges, breakthrough solutions, and a roadmap that you can follow to achieve similar results. We will explore how we first tackle these challenges with traditional SAP ECC tools, and then how we revolutionize the approach with advanced technologies. Let's dive into how you can transform your quality management from a reactive nightmare into a predictive powerhouse. I know you're facing growing challenges that feel overwhelming. Inspectors flagging defects after batches are complete. Manual root cause analysis consuming weeks of valuable time. Investigations that never truly identify systemic issues. Recurring problems despite your corrective actions. Mounting regulatory pressures that keep you constantly on edge. Your team likely spends 70% of their time on investigations rather than prevention. A frustrating reality that impacts not just operational efficiency, but everyone's work satisfaction and morale. Maria, a quality director at a topical medication manufacturer, confided in me. We are drowning in inspection data, but couldn't see the patterns. Each defect felt like starting from the scratch, and my team was burning out from constant firefighting. The industry numbers that reveal this isn't isolated. 67% of quality investigations fail to identify root causes. 42 of resolved issues reoccur within 12 months again. The average pharma manufacturers loses 3.8 million annually to quality-related batch rejections. Meanwhile, your valuable data sits trapped in fragmented systems. SAP for core manufacturing data, separate LIMS for testing results, standalone quality management systems, then manual Excel tracking for trends. This fragmentation isn't just inefficient, it's actually preventing you from seeing the bigger picture. When these problems persist, the repercussions don't just escalate, they become career-defining crises. Imagine this scenario. After months of developing a new formulation and scaling up production, your product finally launches, only to have patient complaints trigger a recall investigation. FDA inspectors arrive at your facility, find your root cause analysis insufficient, and then issue a Form 483. Suddenly, your CEO wants answers, and all eyes are on your department. What started as a minor quality issue has escalated into a full-blown crisis, threatening your company's reputation and your team's credibility. Product recalls costing millions in direct expenses, regulatory scrutiny across all your facilities, damage to brand reputation and patient trust. market share losses to competitors, potential lawsuits and settlements. This nightmare scenario became reality for James, a head of quality at a mid-sized pharma company. A recurring viscosity issue his team dismissed as a normal variation led to 12 batches recalled, 14 million in direct costs, one facility shut down for 3 months, 8% market share loss to the competitors, sleepless nights for James, wondering if his career would even survive. We had all the data, was what James admitted to me during a consulting engagement, but no way to connect the dots until it was too late. I knew something was wrong, but couldn't prove what was. But the sad part is, the data was within our existing system. For decades, pharmaceutical companies have relied on established methods within ECC to manage quality. Let me walk you through how we initially tackle these challenges with traditional tools. Statistical process controls, where we implemented control charts to monitor clinical parameters like temperature and pressure. SAP QM data was linked to statistical software for monitoring when processes deviated from established limits. Root cause analysis. Teams employed 5 whys, fishbone diagrams, and Pareto analysis. We manually correlated defect codes with production orders, batch data, and vendor information in SAP tables. Quality notifications with 8D methodology, where we configured workflows in SAP QM to enforce structured problem solving. Defect codes were scientifically categorized for trend analysis. Batch traceability, where we leveraged SAP's batch management to track materials across the supply chain. For recalls, we used various lists to identify affected batches. Lab system integration, where we connected LIMS system using IDOC interfaces or RFCs. Lab results were mapped to SAP inspection characteristics. These methods provided value but had significant limitations. They required enormous manual effort for data collection and analysis. Root cause analysis often became subjective depending on individual expertise. We've seen this way and way again in different scenarios also. Most importantly, they remained fundamentally reactive, identifying issues after they occurred. While these traditional approaches served the industry for decades, today's complex manufacturing environment and regulatory landscape demand more predictive capabilities. The journey to predictive quality begins with breaking down data silos. Here's the integration framework we've implemented with remarkable success. I will be geeking out a little bit, so please be patient. First, we integrate multiple SAP tables to create a complete picture of manufacturing processes. QALS for inspection lot headers, QAMV for characteristic results, MCH1 for batch data, LFA1 for vendor information, AFKO, AFVC for production details, STPO, PLPO for bombs and recipes. By connecting these previously isolated islands of data, or tables as we call it in SAP, we create a holistic view of each batch's journey through your facility. For the data pipeline architecture, we use OData services or CDS views to extract SAP data without performance impact. Deploy SAP Cloud Platform integration or SAP Data Intelligence for orchestration. Leverage SAP S/4HANA's in-memory processing for advanced analytics. When we first saw all our data connected in one place, it was like turning on lights after working in the dark for years. At least that's what Thomas told me when we implemented this approach. Suddenly, patterns that were invisible became obvious. Unlike traditional approaches, this integration framework directly addresses the limitations of manual effort by automating data collection and standardizing analysis. With this foundation in place, we can now apply advanced predictive techniques that transform quality management. With your integrated data set, we can now apply machine learning to transform reactive quality management into predictive quality assurance. Two key models changes everything for defect prediction. Random forest or XGBoost algorithms analyzes patterns to predict which batches are at risk. Early identification allows for intervention before defects occur. High-risk batches get flagged for additional monitoring or testing. For root cause analysis, ML identifies likely root causes by analyzing patterns across thousands of batches. Clustering algorithms find connections between seemingly unrelated defects. The system learns from each investigation, becoming smarter over time. For organizations ready to take the next step, we are now implementing even more advanced solutions using large language models and SAP BTP technology platform. That being said, if you say, Smita, what if we don't have BTP? We have a solution for that. Now back to the conversation of SAP BTP and LLMs, where if you double click, we have data foundation and integration with SAP S/4HANA as a core data repository and connect external systems via SAP Integration Suite. We then leverage SAP Data Intelligence for orchestration. For machine learning and LLM integration, we deploy ML models via SAP AI Core. We use LLMs to analyze unstructured data like operator notes. We generate automated root cause narratives from complex data patterns. For deployment and user experience, we leverage Fiori apps for quality managers. And we also build automated workflows based on predicted issues. We can also enable mobile access to critical quality insights. This cutting-edge approach delivers unprecedented capabilities. 24-hour advance warning of quality issues, 92% accuracy in root cause identification, 65% reduction in quality investigation time, near elimination of recurring quality issues. Let me share what happened when Maria's team implemented this approach. Within 6 months, they achieved 42% reduction in quality-related batch rejection, 68% faster root cause identification, 1.2 million annual savings from prevented quality issues, improved regulatory standing with fewer observations. The biggest change, Maria told me recently, isn't just in our metrics. It's in how my team feels about their work. They are no longer firefighters rushing from crisis to crisis. They are quality scientists using data to prevent problems and truly understand our processes. Her team now spends 70% of their time on prevention rather than investigation, a complete reversal from before. The FDA inspector who had previously issued concerns actually commented positively on their data-driven quality culture. during their latest inspection. Most importantly, Maria now sleeps better at night, knowing her systems are working proactively to maintain quality rather than reactively addressing failures. Your quality team deserves to move from constant firefighting to confident prediction. You have data in your systems right now. Let's unlock its potential together. The tools exist today. The techniques are proven across the industry. What's missing is the integration that turns isolated information into predictive intelligence. As someone who's guided global organizations through SAP-enabled transformation for over 2 decades, I can tell you this. This isn't just possible. It's becoming essential for competitive pharma manufacturing. It's time to build your own modern quality management stack. The tools are out there. We just need to implement them strategically. Curious about how to approach this? I'd be happy to share our proven roadmap. Connect with me to explore how this could work for your organization.